We're in today with the legendary GTX 480. This is a 2010 video card with 480 shaders. It's got 1.5 gig of VRAM GDDR5 Samsung running at 756 MHz on the core clock, 950 MHz on the memory clock, 384 bits bus width, DirectX 11, and today we're gonna pair it up with this i7-6950X with 10 cores and 20 threads. Very interesting video card considering most of them they are like barbecue grills. This is a very interesting video card because of the cooler. The cooling solution needs to be totally different in order for this video card to stay cool. I mean, stay cool, usually this video card is averaging around 90 degrees. Today is going to be a very interesting thing to see how this cooler is holding this legend of a video card. Does it stay cool in a couple of games? The best thing we can do is just jump in a couple of games and see if we can barbecue some food on this video card. Let's go. First thing we need to do is see how loud it is. Seriously, this is going to be very interesting because, you know, if it's not loud, it's not cooling, you know, but if it's loud, maybe there is a chance on actually cooling this Ferminator. Okay, it's loud, it's moving some volume there. Damn. Alright, this is good. This is good. Can I hear it in the microphone? Not that loud. Alright, so I can keep it like this. We need to have some decent ambient temperature, and I think I have a standing chance on playing with the best 400 series video card in a couple of games. Seriously, this is interesting. Let's start with Battlefield and see how it's running with 1080p and medium quality, 30 FPS. Oh, this is not okay. What's wrong? My man. Alright, so 44 degrees. PCB 100% load and 1.4 gig of VRAM, 45 FPS on 1080p. Very strange that I have this. I mean, it's 2010. What do I expect from this video card? I got nice wattage though. I got 245 watts consumption from this. Not bad. All right, but we need to fix this because I don't want to lose the 1080p in this situation. Only in harsh conditions I will go maybe with 900p or 720p or 1366 in order to get playable FPS. But I think here 40 FPS here on average, 34. This is not okay. Seriously, I want more FPS in this situation, and don't understand maximum code load, bro. This is insane. This video card is underclocked. It's got a problem. Look at the frequency on the memory, 324. Not okay. Let's do a simple troubleshooting here and see what's going on. So 405 megahertz on the video card's core is not okay. Maybe with the driver reset is gonna hold okay theoretically. I hope so. Let's see. All right, let's go back in the game with 1080p and low details. Look at that. I got my FPS back. I don't know. Maybe the core was stuck. I got 756 megahertz now. This is what I want from this. This video card is bananas. I can go and actually and play the game properly with 130 FPS. This is good. I've seen that when the core was low, I had only 250 watts consumption. That was a giveaway in that situation because it was working, but it was not working at high performance. But that is a good tell in that situation. All right, let's see what we got here. Nice activity. I do love this idea of this game running with of GTX 480 in this computer. I mean, on 1080p with low details is not bad. I think they can put a different type of quality if I'm interested, you know. Apparently it's holding pretty well. 99% load. I got 70 degrees on the video card. 70 degrees on a video card and a 480. Please, yes. I will take this as a big W. Shit. I got hundreds of FPS. I want to see if I can average this. I don't want to butcher the performance here, but at the same time, I want a great experience. So 1080p with low quality is not bad. Temperature is the most important thing. 53 degrees on the PCB. Apparently, it's got a sensor on it, and that's very important to actually see as an overall sensor in this situation. The average is in the game is around 87 on minimal. That is a good number, and 84 on 1%. Now, if you're interested in playing the game with this type of video card, you need to understand this is not your common video card. Daniel, why are you not swapping from low to medium quality? Because it creates a little buffer in front of this game. Seriously, look at this. I got 120 FPS on average. This is good. Yeah. So if I'm interested on getting nice performance here, the only thing I can do here is play the game with this and have a nice average hertz. I mean, on minimal, it needs to be good. Not even a question when it comes to this. Look at that. Wait. Look, this is actually a good performance. Let me explain. I got 1080p with low quality in this case, and it's holding. Dude, the FPS is dropping way too low. So this is why I want 1080p with low quality, because minimal here when you're fighting is dropping to 16. I don't know which effect is doing that. Maybe in this situation it's not, you know, considering the age of the video card, I would say it's a good performance, but I have to understand what's the problem here. Oh no. Look at the little plonker is here. Maybe the animation doesn't like it. See, it's in the animation. When I'm playing, the game doesn't have any problems, but when I'm playing and I die and it shows me that recap or who killed me is dropping to 16 FPS. That's the only problem I have here, apparently. So don't die, apparently, Daniel, and you're gonna get 90 FPS. This is interesting from this video card. Nani? that small plonker. Look at him. What an interesting thing to see, seriously, with this video card, with this old legend. So I got maximum load on the video card. I got 1.2 gig of VRAM allocated and 900 process. So the video card itself is doing the job. The only thing that I want in this situation is to see how it's performing with a constant FPS, but sometimes you can actually... But the only thing I'm happy is that I have no high temperature, because in 480 I got a couple of 480s, and you need to understand that sometimes when you're playing with a 480 it's not that ideal. You need to have the perfect condition for a 480. Definitely in the right direction with this video card in Fortnite. I got 1080p with performance mode. I got normal quality, so in this situation it shouldn't be a big problem for the video card. I'm actually surprised it's holding with 75 degrees. This is a big shock for me, because I never thought this video card is gonna hold this great. Seriously, this is a good temperature for an old video card like this. Nice performance, everything is good in this case. Yeah, I'm not dissing this performance, because I got 100 FPS on average. Let's do a reset, because I keep entering and going out in order to see, oh, is this okay? Is this the real performance? Is this the real deal? So yeah, it does. It's got 80 FPS on average, and it's holding pretty well. I like the performance. I like the attitude this video card has got here. So in this situation, I will definitely love to see more how it's performing in the game. So playing the game, you can actually see it's holding on around 100 FPS on average, and this is a good deal, because if you're considering the age of the video card and how it's performing in an online game, I would say this is kind of adequate, you know. But difference is that you know, if you have a 480 and you're not going to have this one, maybe it's going to be with the reference one. If you have a reference model, you need to be careful with the temperature. That's the only thing that is the downside on the video card. Let's say you find it tomorrow with next to nothing, this video card. So let's say you manage to put a new thermal paste. Ideal would be to have the same temperature like in this situation, but if you don't, you have to check it and see if you can maintain it. Overall performance in this is kind of good. Nice averages, still holding okay. I mean, there's not a lot of things I can complain, because the video card is doing the job. Minimal is good, 1% is good. I got like over 60 FPS in this situation. So I would say if you're maintaining 100 FPS here, you can have a chance on actually putting more resolution if you want, but you need to be in performance mode in order to get this type of performance with this video card. This is a 2010 video card, so there is no discussion when it comes to utilizing it. You know, you have to put the right resolution and the right quality. So performance mode, it's a must in this case. If you can put this resolution with this video card, you can actually see it's holding kind of good. 400 watts. Not okay, 410 watts from this video card and this computer because it's not very efficient. Let's jump into PUBG and see how it's running with 1080p. And I think, let me do a reset here. I got like 70% render scale in this case. I got like 50 FPS in this situation. I got maximum VRAM allocation, nearly 1.5 gig of VRAM, 1 gig process, and maximum load on the core. If I'm staying with 70 degrees, 72 degrees, I would say this is a big win, seriously, because this is not a very cool video card. It looks cool, but it's very hot. All right, so let's see what we got here. 12.4 gig of system RAM, 15 gig of virtual memory. Man, this computer is being utilized in this case, I'm not gonna lie. But it does the job. Seriously, it does the job. This video card can actually do something here in this case and actually deliver me some nice FPS. But there's a lot of things that I can adjust, you know, because I got 70% render scale with lowest quality. You can see it doesn't look that pretty, you know. So yeah, I think lowering the resolution a little, maybe go 720p, because you got the option, you know, so 1366 or 720p, maybe some bigger view distance, some a little anti-aliasing there. With low resolution you can maybe pull it off, you know, getting more FPS. I think if you go for 720p, you're gonna get nearly to 80-90 FPS. Now I got, let's say, 53 FPS on average, and this is not a bad performance from this computer with this video card. I really appreciate how it's working here, seriously. If you're looting in the buildings, you can actually see I got different type of performance. This is actually good performance. I mean, the best performance from this video card is in all games, not in games like this. You have to put all games in order to play with nice quality, and I think this video card is gonna be in my old machine. But until now, you can actually see that it's okay with some games that if you can put low quality or set it up in such a way that you can offer the conditions for the video card. You can put maybe 60 FPS with look at that, 67 FPS on average, and it's not that bad. 42 on minimal, it's not okay. 42 on 1%, it's struggling, you know, to keep the FPS there. But it does okay-ish theoretically, considering the age. For me, this is not the most important thing. The most important thing for me is the temperature. Let's jump into GTA 5 and see how it's running with normal details here on 1080p, because GTA 5, and it's like, it feels like I have to enter the game because I have a video card like this, you know, like it's impossible. How dare you have a video card like this, a GTX 480, and you don't enter GTA 5? So this is single player, because single player here is utilizing properly the video card. It's not stressing the CPU in that department. When comparing it to online, I think this is much better when it comes to GPU load. I think this is a good example how the video card needs to be loaded. I got 98% load on the video card's core, 68-69 degrees on this occasion. It's holding okay-ish. I got 1.4 gig of VRAM and 1 gig on the process side. It's holding okay-ish. You know, cannot complain with this performance this 480 it's offering here. Quality-wise, performance-wise, everything is good here. So I would say this is a good average this video card is offering here. So just take one more run. I want to see the temperature, and yeah, around 70-72 degrees. This video card is cooking some nice FPS, and I love it, seriously. This is an awesome performance this video card is offering. On the system side, I got like 10 gig of system RAM with 14 virtual memory. That is insane from this computer. But if you go online, everything turns around, seriously. So 90 FPS on average, yeah, 80 FPS on average. It's not achievable online, but nevertheless, we're going to jump in online and see how it's holding there. That's a good example that the CPU is working okay-ish in single player, but in multiplayer online, yeah, it's got problems. All right, we're online. Let's see what we got here. 60 FPS. I doubt I will have that amount of FPS when I go in the lobby. 57 FPS. That's not okay. 50 FPS. Yeah, the CPU has got a problem here, because in single player apparently I had like 80-90 FPS on average, and that's the only thing that matters. You know, if you've seen it one time running perfectly, then you can say nothing bad about the CPU. In the casino, I got 20% load on the CPU side. So it's being utilized in the situation, the computer, but the GPU it's not on maximum. So this is a tell that the CPU has got the problems. Yo, don't give me the car. Hey, seriously, please don't give me the car. No, yes, money. 50,000, yo! Yes, this is what I want, man. This type of performance. See, over 60 FPS online with the GTX 480, 2010 video card with capabilities on actually heating up the room. I will say this is not half bad, but not this model. Oh no. Warframe, it's a very good game to play on a video card like this. There is no discussion. You can have a lot of fun. This is a very good game that can actually do really nice with SLI. Hence why I came into the game. Look at this, 130 FPS on average. I want to test the game like this because if I want to play in the future with two 480s, I want to see how it's comparing to this one, because this is a legend of 480, you know. So in this situation, I got 77 degrees. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually being utilized in this case. I mean, it's doing the job, but even the temperature is a little higher, 77, compared to what I have now. Very good treat from a video card like this. I would say it's kind of good. Let's do one more extraction and actually see how it's performing. Let's see how much it's gonna average. I think it's gonna hold really well here. Seriously, bro, look at this. It's actually a good performance. System-wise, I have no problem with this. It's holding okay on the system side. I got 8.4 gig of system RAM with 11 gig of virtual memory. That is a good performance, but ideal would be to have more in this situation. Let's see, maybe we can actually go in the middle of the fight and we're gonna get a nice average from this. Okay, so I like it. I like the performance this video card is offering you. 800 megabytes of VRAM allocated is good. So CPU wise, it's not being fully loaded, but the video card it's stressed on the temperature side. This is 1080p with low details, and I have no problems. Yeah, I can adjust it maybe with a little lower resolution, and I can get more FPS, or maybe lock it with VSync, because I got like 420 watts consumption from this. And maybe if I can stop it to, let's say, 100 hertz, and I get 100 FPS, I'm gonna distress the core on the video card, and I'm gonna get some very interesting performance and efficiency at the same time. Until now, it's showing me that the video card is capable of delivering the performance. This radiator is doing a fantastic job, but I think with the generic 480, you're gonna have a lot of problems. Even though you get the performance, cooling it's insane. Seriously, this is the game that needs to be on this video card. I got 1080p here with maximum details. I think I have 1080p with maximum details. Yeah, 1080p max, everything is turned on at maximum. And look at this, 91 fps on average, because this is maximum, and I got 50% load on this occasion. All right, so if I want to play the game, it needs to be like this. I mean, temperature wise, this is good. And I think the best thing I can do for this is just play the game and see how much it's gonna average. I don't think I'm gonna have any problems with the average, because I'm on maximum FPS and the video card is holding okay-ish. On the CPU side, I got like 3% load on the CPU with 7.8 gig of system RAM and 10 gig of virtual memory. So the system itself doesn't have any problems, but there is a big but here. The most important thing is I got like 63 degrees in this situation. The video card is not overheated. Games like this would be ideal to have on this computer all the time, you know. Look at this, it stays on 86 on minimal and 76 on 1%. So average is really nice here with the video card. And if I want more performance from this, I think the best thing to do is just limit the FPS. I mean, 63 degrees with the GTX 480, it's not bad. If we're jumping in Counter-Strike with this video card on 1080p with lowest quality and performance on Fidelity FX, I get a standing chance. I have to do a reset here and see how it's performing, because actually see it's averaging really nice. I got nice FPS. The only thing I want to see is minimal and 1%, because that's the only thing that is influencing whether it's playable or not. But in this case, at this stage, you can say, look at that, 100 FPS on average, 83 minimal and 72 on 1%. It's okay. I will say it's an okay performance from this. Now, based on the wattage that I have, because 1080p here, it's kind of interesting as a resolution for a 2010 video card in Counter-Strike. You can actually see it's kind of okay-ish theoretically, you know, but the wattage, it's not very efficient, like nearly 400 watts consumption. If you have an older computer and you want to put it together and say, you know what, an aftermarket cooler for my 480 will actually put the temperature down, and I said, you know what I can do with it, you know. Counter-Strike apparently is working really nice with this 100 FPS on average. If you're interested on making it just a little more uglier with 900p or 720p, you can, but you for the price of the FPS, you're gonna lose the quality. 1080p, I think it's okay with Fidelity FX on performance mode. You can actually see it looks okay-ish, it doesn't have any problems, and I think you can actually pull it off with a video card like this. You know, a Ferminator video card can actually put it on Counter-Strike with this amount of performance. On the temperature side, I got like 71 degrees with this video card. Not bad. It's 1.3 gig of VRAM allocated and nearly 1.1 processed. And 100% load on the core. I keep saying this because I'm actually surprised it stays around 71 degrees. That was the first thing I was expecting a video card like this, you know, 90 degrees on average. This one is with 20 degrees lower than a generic GTX 480. Seriously, very impressed with this. On the CPU side, you can actually see sometimes it's rising to 50% load on the CPU. I got like 11.3 gig of system RAM with 13 gig of virtual memory. I will say the computer is doing the job with this video card. So in this case, the platform, it's actually adequate for this video card. Not like GTA 5 Online, but that is pissing me off. I like it, I'll take it, and there is no discussion. This is an awesome performance from the video card in Counter-Strike. And I recommend it because it's got a lot of options. I mean, options when I'm saying it's you can lower the resolution to get more FPS. I think this is a fantastic video card, only from the point of the temperature. That's it. You know, I think that if you want to find a video card like this, yes, you can. It depends on where you are. Maybe you can find it with a decent price, but majority of the 480s are generic, you know, like Founders Edition with that grill over radiator. Most of them, they are like that. There is a couple of, I think, a 480 with a gigabyte with a different radiator with 3 fans. I have that. I managed to delete it, and it was almost like a generic one. Doesn't have any good thermals, but I think it was because I was installing the generic thermal paste that I had on my previous gigabyte model, and yeah, I think that is the only reason why it was performing bad. I think I have to put some new thermal paste there with some MX model. Maybe it's gonna perform differently. I like this idea this video card is offering here, to have control, because the previous one I just put it directly to the Molex in order to get maximum RPM from the fan from that gigabyte. To be fair, it's a hot mess. But compared to this one, this is actually a blast, seriously. To have a 480 running with 70 degrees. Very interesting results from the video card. Now with the normal 480, you can actually have a lot of fun if you have the right temperature, the right ambient temperature in the room. If it's winter, you can actually heat up the room with the 480, you know, so because it's getting a little cold in UK, I say, you know what, 480 needs to be in the PC. Okay, I made a lot of jokes, seriously. I made a lot of jokes because the 480 is very well known to heat up a lot. And in this situation, I was very surprised that it did a fantastic job. This is a very, I will say it's a very rare video card. Every single thing that is not generic Founders Edition, they are not very common, you know. So if you can find something like an alternative for this type of video card, it would be fantastic, because they are really cheap nowadays. And if you find a Fermi video card with similar performance, it's worth it, because you can make a an older machine, you know, with Windows 7, Windows XP, and you can have a lot of fun. This is a video card that I would like to see it in that XP machine, because there's a lot of old games there that will love to see this video card running with 1080p on maximum details. That will be a very interesting thing. That is as soon as possible, because itself, the video card you managed to see today, I tried to put as many games as possible that were allowing me to play online. Now, if you put this video card online, you can see if with the right settings, you get a standing chance. And there's a lot of other games that I can put on this video card that I can play. So if I leave this video card now in this computer and I say, okay, for 1 week, you have to use the computer, play some games, I can do that. I can do with the 480, but even with some custom tweaks and settings, you can actually pull it off. Do I want to do that? No, of course. I don't want to use a Fermi. I don't want to use this model, like for instance, to actually have it as daily driver, because it's drying up that thermal paste under the core that is in between the IHS and the core, and it's not worth it. Then you have to delete, and this is good like a prize, this video card, but I can use a generic one to actually play some games if I want to use it as a daily driver. I have a couple of them that are burn, one that is got MOSFET, one that is got artifacts, like all kinds of GTX 480s that are very sus, seriously, because they don't age really well. I like it, I recommend it. And if you have any suggestion in the future for this video card and you want to see something specific, leave a comment. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and as usual, I will see you very soon.